Welcome to the Explainer. So we are currently standing on the edge of a massive, and I mean massive, paradigm shift in how enterprise software operates. If you're in finance, supply chain, or operations, you already know ERP is the central nervous system of your business. But today, we're not talking about just storing data or pulling month-end reports. We are looking at a fundamental evolution in artificial intelligence within these systems. We're talking about a leap from tools that simply help us out to systems that actually do the work for us.
I want you to think about this question for a second. Is your AI just giving advice, or is it actually doing the work? We hear the term AI thrown around constantly right now, but there is a massive difference between a system that suggests what you should do and a system that executes the task completely on its own. That specific distinction is exactly what we're going to unpack today. And trust me, it's going to completely redefine productivity as we know it.
All right, Section 1, the status quo, where AI currently sits in ERP.
Now, let's be fair. We're already getting incredible value from AI today. Most modern ERP systems use a really solid mix of highly intelligent tools. We've got machine learning doing heavy lifting like forecasting cash flow and detecting anomalies. Flagging that one suspicious invoice before the payment actually goes out. Then we have NLP, natural language processing, which is great at reading through messy emails or PDFs to extract invoice terms so you don't have to manually type them out. And of course, RPA, robotic process automation. That's the workhorse moving data across different systems. These tools are fantastic. They save a ton of time, they catch errors, and they summarize complex data beautifully.
But here's the rub. Section 2, the glass ceiling of assistive AI.
Everything we just talked about, that falls under the umbrella of assistive AI. It analyzes, it summarizes, and it recommends. But notice what's missing there: execution. It fundamentally requires human orchestration to actually complete the workflow. It's literally like having the world's smartest assistant who can draft the perfect email, crunch all the numbers, and tell you exactly what strategy to take, but they absolutely refuse to click the send button themselves.
And that right there creates a major bottleneck. Assistive AI always stops short of execution. Even with RPA moving your data around, RPA can't make decisions when the rules get blurry or the context changes. If your finance team wants to forecast cash flow, the AI can analyze the payment history and give you a beautiful forecast range. But after that, a human being still has to look at the data, determine the liquidity actions, and adjust the assumptions. Human handoffs are constantly required for approvals and managing exceptions. The AI points out the path, but you still have to walk it.
So, how do we break through? Section 3. The revolution of agentic AI.
There's a quote that really hits the nail on the head here. Most AI and ERP today stops short of execution. Agentic AI takes it to the next level. Let that sink in for a moment. We are moving way past the era of drafting and summarizing. The next wave of AI doesn't just assist. It does. We are finally making the leap from a system of record to a system of action. So what exactly is it? Agentic AI consists of intelligent electronic agents that autonomously set goals, make decisions, and take action within defined rules. This is the absolute core difference. While assistive AI needs you to hold its hand across the finish line, agentic AI can plan and execute multi-step workflows across systems entirely on its own. And it does this while respecting the guardrails, the approvals, and the audit trails you've already set up.
To make this concrete, let's look at what agentic AI actually does in practice. Imagine end-to-end vendor onboarding. Instead of just giving you a notification that a vendor needs compliance checks, agentic AI facilitates the entire setup, runs the checks, and routes the final approvals. Or think about supply chain logistics. If an EDI transaction fails, agentic AI doesn't just send you an error alert on Slack, it detects, diagnoses, and autonomously resolves the blocked transaction. It can even manage employee expense reimbursements from submission all the way through validation and approval. It is doing the heavy lifting completely autonomously.
Section 4, assistive versus autonomous. When we put them head-to-head, the difference is honestly staggering. Assistive AI analyzes, summarizes, and recommends. Agentic AI sets goals, makes decisions, and takes autonomous action. Assistive AI is the brilliant advisor whispering in your ear. Agentic AI is the skilled operator who actually sits at the keyboard and executes the workflow. It's the difference between having a GPS that tells you to turn left and a self-driving car that actually turns the wheel for you.
Okay, let's ground this excitement in some practical business reality for a second, because you're probably wondering, what does this actually cost to implement?
Based on the data, the financial investment varies heavily by scale. For a small business, utilizing more pre-built, off-the-shelf AI features, you're looking at an estimated $20,000 to $50,000. For a mid-sized company that needs a mix of custom AI tools and ready-made modules, it jumps to roughly $50,000 to $150,000. And for large enterprises requiring deep, custom AI automation across legacy systems, you're looking at $150,000 to upwards of $500,000. So, yeah, it's a real investment, but the return and operational efficiency is absolutely enormous.
Which brings us to Section 5, AI Implementation, Challenges and Solutions.
You can't just buy AI to have AI. Implementing this requires a highly structured approach. Step 1, define clear goals. You need to target a specific bottleneck, like reducing procurement cycle times. Step 2, assess data quality. And I literally cannot emphasize this enough. AI will fail without clean data. If your legacy data is full of duplicates and errors, your AI will just make bad decisions, only faster. Step 3, balance customization. Try to use standard functionalities where possible to keep your costs down and scalability up. And Step 4, sustain user adoption. Because let's be real, the best technology in the world is totally useless if your team refuses to use it.
And that leads perfectly into the frictions you are guaranteed to face. Integrating with legacy systems that weren't built for AI is a massive technical hurdle. It often requires middleware or a phased approach. Then there's data privacy. You're feeding your most sensitive financial and operational data into these models, so strict governance and encryption are completely non-negotiable. But honestly, the biggest hurdle? It's human. Organizational resistance to change. Employees often resist new systems because they fear for their jobs or they just hate changing up their routines. Securing executive sponsorship, communicating openly, and providing extensive training are just as vital as the code itself.
So take a hard look at your current operations today. Look at the software your team spend hours in every single day. Is your ERP just assisting you, giving you charts, summaries, and suggestions while you do all the manual labor? Or is it ready to become agentic? Is it ready to take action and autonomously drive your business forward? The technology is here, the paradigm has well and truly shifted, and the next move is yours. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.